Hi, this is Ken with Ken's Perfect Jams, and today we'll be doing another video that utilizes or features one of the jams that I sell on my site. We're going to be making what I call a JellyJam donut cake with a JellyJam donut cake with a JellyJam glaze. Basically, it's a bundt cake that has the ring of jelly on the inside, but there's also a glaze of jelly or jam on the outside. It's a fun cake to make. It's an easy cake to make, and well, let me take you on that journey. You could get a copy of the recipe that I'm using today, of my recipe. Yes, I'm sharing this recipe. There's a link to download a copy of the recipe in the description section of this video that you're watching. So feel free to print off a copy of the recipe, get all the ingredients together like I have here, and we can make the cake together, step by step. Okay, so let's begin with the JellyJam donut cake. We're going to take 1.5 sticks of butter and a cup of sugar, and we're going to cream those together on medium speed for 3 to 5 minutes or until it's all incorporated. I always start on low or stir just to get the butter broken up, and then once the butter is broken up, I slowly increase the speed until I get to medium. Okay, so let's see what is next on this. We're going to continue creaming the mixture, adding in the eggs one at a time. Once the eggs are incorporated, then we'll add in the milk and then the sour cream. Okay, once the eggs are fully incorporated, we're going to add in the milk. I just want to show you, all of my ingredients weren't quite at room temp, so which is on me, though it's completely rescuable. So the butter and the sugar creamed well, but once I added the cold milk, the butter curdled up a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and add the sour cream, and then I'm going to put it back on medium, on a medium temperature. Actually, I'm going to add the vanilla too, and the liquids will help everything come back together. Yeah, already the curds are breaking down. At this point, I'm going to add in the flour, half teaspoon of salt, and 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. You'll notice when you smell it, it does smell like a cake donut. It's kind of fun. And you want to mix this until it's just until it's thoroughly mixed together, but you don't want to overbeat it. You want it on stir or your lowest setting, and you just want to make sure everything is mixed together nice and smooth. There you go, it's nice and smooth. Your curds are pretty much gone. I'm just going to stir it a couple more times to get the rest of it out of the beater. And then we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, so now you want to pour about half of this into the cake pan. That should be good. You want to smooth this out. You want to spread it kind of flat. And now the next thing you're going to do is take your jam. Today I'm featuring Brian's jam. It's one of the jams in our friendship series on the site. It's the March jam. But it is it's a strawberry banana pear mixture, which should bake up very nicely in this cake. So what you want to do is take the jam and place it into and on. You want to make a ring in the cake batter, but make sure that there is batter on both sides of the jam. You don't want the jam to touch the side of the pan. Any of the places where your jam joins is what I call them, where your spoons come together, it might be a little thin. You could go back over those and put a little more jam and to fill the gaps, just to make sure that every bite has a little jam. And yeah, no, actually that was the whole jar. And then you're going to spoon the rest of the cake batter carefully over the jam. Okay, so this is we're going to bake this until a toothpick inserted near the center comes out clean, and that should be 45 to 50 minutes in a 350-degree oven. Okay, the JellyJam cake is out of the oven. It's been taken out of its bundt pan. It has cooled, so it's nice and cool to the touch now, and we're going to do the glaze for it. So you want a jar of jam that has just a little bit, just like the barest amount of jam left in it. We're going to start with the liquid. 1.5 tablespoons of half and half. We need a tablespoon of lemon juice, so that's usually about half a lemon. Okay, we're going to cover the jar, and we're going to shake to mix. This really is one of the greatest things to do with an almost empty jar of jelly or jam. Now I'm going to add sugar to this. That's a little bit. The easiest way will just be to spoon it in unless you're using a wide mouth jar. What I do is I put a couple of spoons in and then I stir until it's incorporated. And then I do the same thing all over again until all the sugar's in. And there we go. Usually with I take the bundt cake and I will put it in I'll put it in a glass pie pan, because then that way it can catch all the drips from the glaze. And then just slowly pour it over the cake. There's a few lemon seeds in there. And let it set, I'd say at least 20 minutes, a half an hour to let it set. And then there you go. Jelly jam cake with JellyJam Glaze. Thank you for joining us. Actually, we'll probably cut back one more time to this. A little later on, once the jam glaze is set, we'll cut into it so you can see how it looks on the inside, and we'll test it on camera. So we'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Okay, we're back. Just wanted to show you how nicely the glaze set on the JellyJam donut cake with JellyJam Glaze. So anyway, I'm going to cut a slice now so that you can see what it looks like on the inside. Out this piece comes, and there you go. There's the cake, and if you look at both sides, there's a nice, beautiful, isolated ring of jelly that goes throughout the cake. I have a piece of cake here that has a little bit of jam in it as well. That's actually really good. The cake itself, the whole time we were doing it, it smelled like a donut shop in here. The cake smelled like a donut, the cake looked like a donut, and this really does feel like a jelly center in a donut. It's really good. Take that little lemon seed off. But I'm also going to have our cameraman try it. So what do you think, Ryan? And if you want to see the slice that's missing in the cake, you can see where the ring is on both sides. So as you saw, pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And now that I'm looking at the cake, I know I'm going to get some questions. So usually when I turn out a cake, I just turn it out once and I'm fine with it, because I get if you turn it out once, the top of the cake, which is usually lighter and prettier, ends up on the bottom, but what you get is the printout or the shape or the mold of the cake pan, which is what I prefer. If you're one of those people that prefer to see the top of the cake and don't care so much about the design of the bundt pan, then just flip it twice. Initially flip your bundt cake out of the pan onto a plate, and then take that plate and flip it onto your serving dish. And in that way you'll be able to flip it and you'll get the side up that you want. This is the side I prefer. If you prefer the other side, then that's all you have to do. Anyway, thank you for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please take a moment to subscribe and like it, hit the little thumb, and tune in every Wednesday. There'll be a new video from me to you. Have a good evening.